This video is also available in Urdu cum Hindi. Please find the link in the description or check out our Hindi discourse playlist. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. Often new disciples wish to know if there are any conditions for becoming a seeker of the divine. I say that those who wish to embark on the path of Sufism should already be aware of these conditions so that they can begin their journey with full preparation and enthusiasm. Just as when we join a course, we are informed of all the requirements beforehand. The same should be the case here. I will present the best answer to this question in my own words from the precious book Nisab-e-Tasawwuf by my Piro Murshid Maroof Pir Madzillahul Aali. First condition, age. Age is very important on the path of Sufism. The earlier one begins, the better. The Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, initiated Hazrat Abdullah bin Zubair Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu into the fold at the age of 7. The ideal time for becoming a disciple is when a child becomes conscious up to the age of 40. If one makes a sincere effort during this period, they will achieve success quickly. If one turns toward this path in old age, what benefit can be gained so close to the death? However, due to their good deeds, their ranks in the paradise will be elevated. The point is that this work is best done in the age of youth. If God grants the ability, one should focus on it with full courage. Essentially, the seeker should be young and full of determination. Second condition, lawful livelihood. One must arrange for lawful sustenance and exercise caution wherever possible. One should eat just enough to maintain physical activity. Fasting is highly recommended, and some consider perpetual fasting to be close to this. Efforts should also be made to drink less water. However, it has been observed that some people, due to eating less, deteriorate their health. The way to reduce food intake is that if someone usually eats a full portion, they should weigh out 1 pound of chickpeas and reduce one chickpea every day. Along with this, they should also weigh their food, such as flour or rice. With this method, in 1 year, the portion will be reduced by 360 chickpeas without causing any weakness. Another practice is for the disciple to recite La ilaha illallah or any other remembrance while eating. With each bite of food and every sip of water, they should recite Bismillah. Some saints used to recite Surah Fatiha with every bite and sip. This is not surprising, as one can recite Surah Fatiha in the time it takes to take a bite, chew, and swallow. Third condition, obeying the peer's command. One should diligently follow the instructions of their peer and not focus on trivial matters. This idea emphasizes that a disciple should give priority to their murshid's words and act on them with complete attention and sincerity. Getting caught up in small matters can distract a person, hindering their spiritual progress. Therefore, it is crucial to fully follow the spiritual guide's teaching and avoid unnecessarily distractions. Fourth condition, sleep. Sleepless and never sleep heedlessly. One should sleep between the state of wakefulness and sleep. The sleep of a disciple should be like the sleep described by the Prophet, peace be upon him. My eyes sleep, but my heart does not sleep. Avoid a kind of sleep where you become completely unaware of your own being. It is said that two types of people don't sleep. One, a person overwhelmed by the pain of separation due to grief and the other one who has attained union due to the delight and joy of it. It is also said that people with the firm faith sleep a lot because they do not harbor any grief, and due to their contentment, they sleep deeply. However, since their whole life has been spent awake, their nature becomes accustomed to being alert. Fifth condition, knowledge and intelligence. Do not take pride in your ancestors' knowledge or intellect. Consider yourself the worst and the most insignificant. This is because a person who sees themselves this way becomes very close to the God. This condition is based on the principles of humility and self awareness. One should not boast about their lineage, knowledge, or intellect, as doing so leads to arrogance, which hinders spiritual growth and closeness to God. Instead, one should adopt a path of humility and consider themselves the most humble and insignificant. In this way, a person acknowledges their limitations and recognizes the greatness of the others. This humility is regarded as a virtue in many spiritual traditions because it purifies the heart and brings one closer to the God. The underlying idea is that true spiritual closeness to God is not achieved through pride or superiority, but through humility and recognition of one's insignificance. Sixth condition, purification of self and complete attention. The seeker should focus on two things the most. One, the purification of self, and two, the complete attention towards the God. These are the two purposes for which the prophets were sent, and they taught the same. Even if one is not in the state of ritual purity, it is not a problem. Never leave the heart empty of meditation and presence. Purification of self means refraining from the base desire, while complete attention means dispelling all distraction from the heart. Tazkiyah-e-Nafs, the purification of self, knows no bounds, and one should pursue it as far as possible. If the seeker is young and determined, it will be easier for them. They should avoid destructive traits like greed, envy, malice, anger, lust, lying, and backbiting, and stay away from forbidden and disliked actions. Detach oneself from the pleasure of the world and from all sensory and rational things. Do not count your spiritual practices and struggles as significant and understand that you have done nothing. Seek solitude and isolation. If you find a cave in the desert, it is excellent. In other words, present yourself to your peer as a blank sheet so that the teaching of divine knowledge can be written on it. If there is already something written on the sheet, the teaching will not find their place. Make yourself a pure and innocent as a newborn child, free from the impurities of the self. Despite their immense jihad, prayers, and struggles, the Sahaba Raziallahu anhu were very diligent in these two matters, which is why their ranks were elevated. It is not necessary for the seekers to pray for safety of their faith, but to keep their goal in sight. And whatever happens, let it happen. Wama alena illal balag.